Hello, welcome back. My name is Chris, and I am the Railroad Reseller. Today's video, I'm going to talk about what happens when sales start really slowing or just stopping as a whole, and maybe what some things we can do to help stimulate those things. Of course, we'll go over some things that have sold because these are what sold videos. Uh, for those who are wondering and have joined the channel recently, I told it that there would be a 1,000 subscriber contest. We still are going to do that. Like I said, there's going to be a couple lives coming up here soon. Matter of fact, I think the live that I'm giving away will be October 21st. I think. Don't quote me on that. That's tentatively the big giveaway type day. I think it's on a Monday. So definitely look forward to that. If you want to be a part of that, smash that like, smash that subscribe. We'll keep on growing. It's all because of you. So, like I said, we have got to talk about when your sales slow, and some things that you can do. Now, you got to realize that first of all, we're talking about this is the fourth quarter. Next week is the fourth quarter sales. You know, everybody talks that up. There'll be 10,000 videos on how to make your fourth quarter the greatest quarter ever. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Most likely, the reason why your fourth quarter will be great is if you have really good inventory that a lot of people really want. Unique items, one of a kind items, that type of thing. And that's kind of what I want to talk about first is how to stick out when others aren't sticking out. When sales are bad, how does my item stick out from others? You have to have items, not just the great sell through. I think one of the biggest myths, I could show you something right now that has a high sell through rate that I've had at mine. It is at the lowest price, and mine's not selling. Because so sell through rates is not everything. Sometimes it's having stuff that's just unique. Sometimes I'm not going to show you something on what sold, so I'll go ahead and share it with you. A couple things that sold with me for a 24-hour period was a couple of these postcards. Okay, now this one here specifically, I'm going to show this one more than anything. Okay, this is mermaids and a little guy, and it's goofy and it's cartoonish. It's from about the 20s. Okay, and this is unique because there's no other. I could not find anything else like it. Now, that for compensate sake, it did make it hard for what exactly do I charge. Well, you got to realize I bought a whole tub of these type of postcards. Not all. I mean, they're all different. There's the general generic type postcards. This one did sell two for a couple bucks. But like I said, this one sold for $5. And this one sold for a couple. And see, that's more generic. What you would think near a regular postcard. This is not. What I'm saying is having one of a kind items will sell your stuff very quickly. There's nothing like this on eBay, Etsy, anything. I did the Google Lens to try to find that. That's how I've actually come about listing a lot of the postcards I've done lately, is do it by Google Lens. And this one wasn't to know where to go with. So I took one that kind of looked similar, went with that, and like I said, it sold very quickly. The reason why I believe it sold very quickly, because there was nothing like it. What you really got to do, instead of being in flooded categories, yes, most people tell you, well, postcards are flooded categories, Chris. The sell-through rate is 12 years on postcards. Not going to deny those facts. But if you have unique stuff within the category, those unique items will sell very quickly. I think we had a while back, we had a thermometer that was Southern States. Now, probably if I went to the thermometer category, I'd probably see a sell-through rate of something crazy. But if you have something really nice, really unique, it'll move within a few hours. And, you know, hey, you'll make good profit on it. So definitely one thing to get your sales going is sell unique one-off items. Don't even have to be for a lot of money. Now we're going to check out some what solds, and we'll come back for some more ideas. Okay, let's go over some things that sold. Sold a pumpkin head here for VHS. We got $5.99 plus shipping. Sold some wheel locks here. They're Honda wheel locks here. stuff like this, keep out your eye on. Just, you're looking for OEM Honda type stuff or OEM any type, but you're looking for OEM type stuff. People will pay better money when they think it's original type stuff that come from the factory. Sold this Stafford shirt. It's a size 20. It's called a super shirt. This was a dollar day pickup. We got almost $11 plus shipping on that. Never, ever sleep on old new stock stuff. If you've got something sitting in your closet that's not being that not been used, and it's years have gone by and it's new and sealed, man, first thing I always do, just scan that barcode or look it up or something. This is a box of wipes, and I'll tell you, this came from my old coupon days. I know I'm giving you a story about a soul, but there's something in this. But this came from my old couponing days, and I got this a long time ago. I remember the situation I got it, but anyway, a little bit over $35 plus shipping on this. $35 plus shipping on the wipes. Now you say, Chris, why is these wipes so expensive? Well, what it is, if you'll see, there's Winnie the Pooh, there's Piglet. It's Winnie the Pooh themed. So what'll happen is people will use the ones that's in here, assuming they're not all dried up. They'll use the wipes that are in here. Then afterwards, they'll put their new wipes in here. And then when they have their kid or whatever, and something happens and they need a wipe for the kid, it's really decorative for a baby's room or something like that. And that's what they use it for. So, anyway, $35 plus shipping. Always look at your new old stock. So, I think a very important part of continuing to bring sales in, or when it's kind of dying, is one thing you definitely want to do. I don't believe in calling eBay. A lot of people, well, I'm going to call eBay and see what they say. See what eBay says. I don't believe, unless you went like a week without selling something, and I'm talking about if you have a decent sized store, you haven't went a week without selling and it's not normal for you to sell, then that may be where you need to contact eBay to make sure there's not some kind of hold on your store, something's wrong with your store. Most likely, you'll know if there's a problem with your store. If you're receiving a ton of bad feedback or a ton of returns or something like that, you don't need to have eBay tell you why you aren't getting any sales. It's something that you're doing in your process that's hurting you. But I want to go off a little bit different from something like that. I want to tell you another thing that you can do. And it don't even say, okay, I've heard people say, I'm not even going to list today. Okay, that's fine. Think about if you're at a store and say it's January the 12th. They're not going to put out any inventory today. What would they do to their store to try to attract business? Okay, well, they would straighten the items that they have up in their store. Where you say, Chris, how can I straighten up the products in my store? Well, you can crop your pictures. You can give better descriptions. You can definitely take it into an item. I'm tell you what I'm doing right now is anything that's been in my store in probably over a year or so, I'm going through, making sure my pictures are okay. I'm doing a sold similar. Anything that's probably been a year or so in the store, isn't selling. Okay, there's no magic wand to a lot of it. So especially if it's something generic, like some of these clothes here, I'm going to go ahead and knock about 10% off. Make sure the listing's really good, and then go with it. I mean, I'm going to still be listing for me. As far as I'm concerned, I think you do need to list new items every day. I believe that you do need to bring new stuff into the store. It doesn't always have to be the same old stuff. Try to look for a little something different, something outside the box. Maybe, look for something around your house. Man, I don't like this in my house. I don't like that in my house. Try, just because you constantly, I might list, you might think I list a lot of clothing. Well, then you might look for something that you've never listed before. I think a couple times recently I've said in videos, like those boots a while back that I sold. That was the first set of boots I've ever sold. And definitely I'll be looking in the future when I'm at shoes, especially like say I'm at a church sale where boots won't be that ridiculously priced. I may grab another pair of boots and try again. That's the type of stuff I think will keep your sales stimulated. Staying in the same niche all the time, I just think you're asking for bogged down type thing. Sometimes you need to explore different niches to see if you can't stimulate your sales. Like this weekend, I've had 17 sales, a decent weekend, but I think only a couple of them are like regular shirts. Now I've had like a couple hats that'll be sold that you'll eventually see in the what sold. I've seen a pair of shoes just sold. But you need a variety of your niches if you're going to keep selling and selling on a constant basis. I'm going to do some more what solds and then we'll wrap this thing on up. Okay, let's go over some things that sold. I got some old and new in this. Sold this Southern Tide shirt. It's vintage. It's a fishing type shirt. The only thing that's bad about it is the size small. Anything like this in a small, you better not pay a whole lot for smalls because they'll stay in your store a long time. As this has been in my store probably 2 or 3 years because it didn't even have the original shipping that I did start a couple years ago or so. Anyway, $15.99 free shipping. This will be lightweight, so it won't cost me a lot to ship. It's amazing. I have changed so many things to shipping from free shipping, and there's still free shipping in my store. It's frustrating sometimes. But anyway, so another item that's just been ridiculously long in the store. This is a Buzz Lightyear extra small kid shirt. Another thing you do not sell is kids clothing unless it's just new with tags and great. Stay away from kids clothing because like $7.75 of free shipping, but this will be a 4-ouncer. That was like 5 years in the store. Something that did sell very quickly. These Ralph Polo Sport, kind of older type trunks. We got $11 plus shipping on that. That was a $2 pickup recently. Sold this. It's a Halloween, folks. Get your Halloween stuff up. This is a Boyd's Bears Halloween type thing. It's still not used. I paid $3 for it at the 127 sale. Didn't list it very quickly like I should have, but I mean, I listed it quickly. It sold quickly because you got to get your Halloween stuff up. That's cute, little sign. This is the type of breakable stuff I will buy, the little stuff. You put a little more packaging in, it'll ship, you'll be fine. Anyway, $3 paid, $21 plus shipping on that thing. I've got a hat here somewhere. And last but not least, sold a Utah Jazz hat here. Real nice hat, but I picked it up. It's Adidas thing. Paid $2 at a yard sale. Got a little bit over $14 plus shipping on the Utah Jazz hat. Now, one thing I've always said too is not only I sell bulk of things on eBay. That's not going to change anytime soon. But if you really want to help your sales, you've got to be willing and open to sell on other platforms. Now, if one platform doesn't work for you, then find a platform that works for you. Because, one thing may change on eBay. One day things may be different. And, I recently picked up, I'm going to show you a picture of some Pyrex I really picked up. These are snowflake Pyrex. These are the type of items that I picked up these at a yard sale it was a church sale. And I was thinking about it was just a little bit out of the way. Not crazy out of the way, but a little bit out of the way. And that's another thing. Sometimes you might want to travel to a sale a little bit out of the way and you can really make some good money. But anyway, I paid $1 a piece for these Pyrex. These are the snowflake. These probably would have went on eBay for $15, $20 a piece plus shipping. So what I did, instead of going with eBay, the fact that these could ship and all that, and yes, I could have sold them even as a set of 3 and probably gotten $60 plus shipping. Time I paid my fees and all that, and worried about shipping and all this, I decided, since Pyrex in my area sells well, I decided that I'm going to throw it up on Facebook Marketplace for $35. Okay, within minutes, people were messaging me. And I literally met this girl's mom at the mall, less than a half mile from my house. Got the $35, and actually I went out thrifting for the day. Went to the Dollar Sunday stuff at the Goodwill. But I turned $3 into 35. I didn't have to worry about fees or shipping or returns or anything. She's very happy. She messaged me. If I have any more Pyrex, please let her know. So sometimes taking effect of what the item is, and don't leave it just because, well, I don't necessarily want to fool with it. Try to think of another way. Hey, I could sell that somewhere else. I don't necessarily have to sell that on eBay. I could sell that on Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, Depop. I mean, the list goes on and on of platforms. Find you a secondary platform that you feel comfortable with and go with that. These are all ways to help you stimulate your sales. You know, the worst thing sometimes I know, the best thing you can do, folks, is after you do your listing for today, whatever you do, wherever platform you do, put the phone down. Start listening to something else. Stop worrying over it. Because worrying over it isn't going to make you a sale. And you can worry over that phone to the end of time. It's so funny. I can be at my house watching something, have the phone right there. And then I'll think, well, I need to do the laundry. So I'll go do the laundry. And as I'm doing the laundry, I'll hear a cha-ching. Now, here I've been beside that phone for 2 hours while I was watching a movie or watching a TV show or something like that. And then it cha-chings, because I started worrying about it and I started doing the stuff I needed to do. So that's my last piece of advice. If you like this type of content, please like it and subscribe. Comment below to some things that you do to help stimulate sales. Thank you and have a good week.